James Dutton for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to be joined here with Adam Smith. Adam, how you doing?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, very good. Looking forward to a very exciting 2020, and this is a good one. Scott Quigg and John O'Carroll. Great main event here. Just a fantastic fight. I think it's a pick-em. I think, it's got everything. I think it will be exciting. The styles will gel. Both of them need to get the win, and I'm really looking forward to coming back to Manchester. We'll love it here.
So, talk about that event. How important is it to both of them?
I think it's more important to Scott Quigg. He's obviously had a lot of inactivity and injury and issues, and he's been out in America. And I think that he's coming back. He's got the home stage, the platform. Anthony Coller's retirement just gives him a little spot here at the Manchester Arena, back where he reigned for quite a long time. So I think he really needs this. I think he needs to make a statement here. But it's a tough fight. John O'Carroll, younger, fresher. If he loses, he could come again. And I think for him, it's about the performance. But yeah, it's a fight that he really, after the very good display against Tevin Farmer, I know he's been out sparring with him and stuff. It'll be a big win if he can get the victory over Scott Quigg. So I think it's more important to Scott, but I think it's obviously an important fight for John O'Carroll too. And it's a great fight for the fans. I think it's really going to mesh well, and I think it'll go 12 rounds, and I think it'll be terrific.
Let's talk about the Joe Gallagher link up again with Scott Quigg. Jono said it's a sign of weakness. What do you think on that?
I don't really anything to that. The fact is that Scott's been he's been an unbelievably dedicated fighter for many years. He's with Joe Gallagher for a long time. He needed a change. He wanted, he went out to the wild card mainly, I think, for sparring. I think he got the top sparring out there, working with a great Freddie Roach. That was a really good mix because of the injuries and the fights didn't really come off. I think maybe he's felt now back in Manchester it's the right move to just to go back to Joe. They're both great trainers, so I don't read much into that. I don't think it's a mental weakness. I mean, John is going to use everything he can. He's a great talker, isn't he? But I don't think so. I think it's a case of it's just going back to what he knows, and maybe just the fact of the injuries and the fights not really working in the States. It just it may be better for him. Make him feel comfortable. He's a complex character, Scott Quigg, and I think he's been so sort of intense over the years. Maybe he just needs to come back to some familiarity. Anthony's retired, Anthony Crolla, he's around, and just some familiar faces, and I think maybe that's what he needs at this stage of his career.
How valuable will be the experience that Scott Quigg has had from Freddie Roach?
Hugely. I mean, I'm a massive admirer of Freddie Roach. I mean, he's been he's a legend, and I've known him since the Steve Collins days, and I remember him fighting, but he's been a wonderful trainer, not just for the top guys like Pacquiao, but the everyone that goes into that wildcard gym, be it they're a Hollywood star or just someone who wants to keep fit. I mean, he's got time for everyone. He's an incredible man, suffering the disease that he's got and still doing the pads after all these years and looking at home on the pads. He's an absolute inspiration, Freddie Roach. He's a fountain of knowledge. He knows it all. He'll have learned enormous amounts being around Freddie, and also in that incredible gym they've got there.
Rest of the cards, it's a big year for all of them, really. Jack Cullen, Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
The whole lot. What's your take on
Huey Fury as well? It's a big year for all of them. So many to come through, and I think in the last year and a half, we've seen the likes of James DeGale and Anthony Crolla and George Groves and Tony Bellew, who all sort of call it a day. I think there's a real opportunity for these guys to come through now and sort of be topping fight nights, and they've been topping next gens, but there's opportunity now for these new faces. We've got obviously Scott Quigg here. We've got Kell Brook back in February. Lewis Ritz in April, but there's is Joshua Boazzi going to be that guy? Is Josh Kelly? We need these guys to start coming through now, and Huey Fury as well. He's been pitched in, at a young age with some big names, and I think that he needs just something a bit different. He needs a couple of maybe quick fire wins, some statements to make, just to get the momentum back with him, and I think there's an opportunity for a lot of good fighters this year, men and women. We've got the likes of Terry Harper fighting for a world title in a couple of weeks. We've got Savannah Marshall, she'll be fighting for a world title at some point. It's fantastic. Katie Taylor leading the way, of course, as ever. We can't wait for her return. We think in April, maybe in the States. But yeah, there's a lot of balls to fall. I need to talk to Eddie. There's a lot of things happening, but yeah, it's very exciting.
To come back to Huey Fury, you mentioned obviously a few losses now, albeit at a world level. How damaging has it been, if at all, for his career?
I think it's damaging. He's a heavyweight. You can fight. Jarrell Miller's just been signed up by Top Rank after what he's done. So So, you know, everyone loves a heavyweight, and there's so many matches you can make. If you chuck 20 of them in the air and they all sort of fall in different ways, you can just pick them out, can't you, and just chuck them together. I think, you know, he's always going to have opportunities as a heavyweight, but he probably needs just, you know, a couple of good wins and where he looks really good, and you know, maybe just, I would say, you know, he doesn't need a Parker or a Povetkin or a Pulev just at the moment. You know, let's go again. Let's you know, use that. And Peter Fury is a great trainer, and you know, let's utilise what he's learned from those experiences. And he's still young, and see what he can provide, and you know, get a couple of eye-catching wins. I think that's what Huey needs.
Again, go back to something you just mentioned there. Jarrell Miller, top rank. Looks like they're signing him. What's your thoughts on that? Your take on it?
You know, he let everyone down, didn't he, Jarrell Miller? But you know, it's a difficult one. You know, it's like there's the grey areas over drugs. There was no grey area, it seemed like, with him, and you know, it was very disappointing what happened with that. And then we got the Andy Ruiz story, so we flipped and moved on. And Jarrell Miller's still a fighter. He's still got a family to feed and a fan base, and you know, they're going to have to try and get him a license. But it's an interesting move. He's gone to Top Rank because you know, I respect Top Rank and rate them very highly, and they're obviously bringing him on board to get the best out of him. So yeah, look, at the end of the day, he's a good fighter, and he's a very interesting heavyweight. It's just a lot of people don't agree with what he's done.
And finally, one last heavyweight battle. We'll talk about Fury Wilder coming up in February 22nd. How close was Sky to getting to televise on that?
No, we were aggressive. You know, we went for it, and I just need Eddie, have you got 2 minutes? Got 2 minutes. We were very aggressive. We were always going to be second favourites because there was contract favoured BT. We were aggressive. We wanted it. We tried to get it. BT got it. They secured it. They matched us, so it was their fight. And listen, I'm really pleased it's happening. We're all really excited about it. We're going to talk about it on Sky. We're not going to hide away. It's a fantastic fight for the heavyweight division, and we cannot wait for it. So we wish BT well in covering it, and we'll be looking on with interest.
And thank you for your time. We've been Pro Boxing fans.
No problem.